Hello friends and my dear students, welcome back to my channel Phoenix Physics. Today we are going to learn electric field lines. You know that every charge in the universe creates an electric field in the surrounding space. We have derived one formula for electric field, that is E is equal to, the vector E is equal to F by Q naught, or we can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square R cap. Here E is a vector quantity. The concept of electric field was developed by Michael Faraday. Same way, the picture of electric field line was invented by Michael Faraday to develop an intuitive, non-mathematical way of visualizing electric field around a charged configuration, which means Faraday gave only theoretical explanation about electric field and electric field lines based on Coulomb's law. Why do we need electric field lines? Because the electric field vectors are visualized by the concept of electric field lines. So we need electric field lines. Is it real? No. Electric field lines are imaginary lines. They form a set of continuous lines which are visual representation of electric field in some region of space. This is the actual definition of electric field line. What is the meaning? Here I have charge Q. You know that this charge produces an electric field in the surrounding space, right? Now, I want to find out the direction of the electric field. How do you find out the direction of electric field? Suppose if you draw line like this, we can say, we can mark the direction or we can understand the direction of the electric field. So, electric field vectors are visualized by the concept of electric field lines. So far we discussed about who invented electric field lines, why do we need electric field lines, is it real, then what is the definition for electric field line. If you want to draw electric field lines, you have to remember two steps. First one, if Q is positive means E points away from the source charge. If Q is negative means E points towards the source charge. We have already studied this point. From this formula, we can say E is inversely proportional to the distance, like this. E is inversely proportional to square of the distance, which means E decreases when R increases. Or we can say the magnitude of E decreases inversely as the square of the distance of that point from charge. Simply we can say E decreases when R increases. These two steps you have to remember. Then steps to follow. Here I have three steps. Let's see one by one. First one, consider a point. Say this is my origin. In this point I am going to place one charge, say plus Q. So I have placed plus Q charge at origin. According to rule number 1, Q is positive means E points away from the source charge, like this. E points away from the source charge. These are all electric field direction. Next one, according to rule number 2, E is inversely proportional to the distance, square of the distance. So, you have to draw the next vector like this, like this, like this. So, from this diagram, first point is the vector. See, this is one vector and this is one vector because it has arrow and tail end. each vector represents electric field. So the vector gets shorter as one goes away from the origin. According to rule number 2, distance increases, E decreases. I have drawn the arrow like this. Second point, just connect the arrows pointing in one direction like this. Just connect the arrows pointing in one direction, and the resulting figure represents electric field lines. So this is the final diagram. It is given in the book. So before that we have to follow 2 steps. Just draw separated vector lines, then connect the vector lines. You can get the diagram like this. So from this diagram you should remember the magnitude of E is represented by the density of the line. Look at the diagram. Here the lines are more dense near the charge, which means E is strong near the charge. That is why the lines are closer near the charge. Here consider this position. This position is away from the charge. Here E gets weaker. That is why we are seeing a well separated lines. Here near the charge we are seeing more closer lines because E is stronger in this region. Here we are seeing well separated line because E is weaker. So the strength of E or magnitude of E depends on the density of the line. That's all about electric field lines. Next we will discuss the properties of electric field lines. First one, the electric field lines start from positive charge and end at negative charge or infinitive. This is my positive charge Q and this is my negative charge Q. So the electric field line starts from the positive charge and ends at negative charge like this, or it will move like this. This is the meaning. These are all electric field lines. Second one, suppose for a point charge, for a positive point charge means, how do you mark the electric field lines? E points radially outward like this. This is my positive charge means E points radially outward. Suppose for a negative charge, E points radially. What is E? E is nothing but electric field. So E points radially inward like this. Or we can say for an isolated positive charge, electric field line starts from the charge, here which charge? Positive charge, and ends at infinity. Same way, for a negative point charge, the electric field lines start from infinity and ends at negative charge like this. Starts from infinity and ends at negative charge. This is the meaning. Second point, the electric field vector at a point in space is tangential to the electric field lines. See, this is my electric field lines like this. So say this is plus Q charge and this is my minus Q charge. You know that the electric field line starts from positive charge and ends at negative charge like this. So here you consider any one of the points. Say this is my point P. You just draw one tangent line to this point like this. So this line indicates electric field vector. This is the meaning. So the electric field vector at a point P in space is tangential to electric field line. This is electric field line. This is second point. Third point, electric field lines are denser in a region where E has larger magnitude. I have already said the magnitude of E is represented by the density of the lines. E is strong near the charge, so the density of line is more near the charge. Away from the charge, E is weaker, so we can see a well separated line. Here I am choosing two surface area A and B. Look at the surface A. Here we have more denser line. Here we have well separated line. See, compared to A, B has well separated line. So, from this diagram we can say A has greater E value, B has lesser E value. Or we can say the number of lines passing through the given surface area perpendicular to the line is proportional to the magnitude of E in that region. Simply we can say the magnitude of E represented by the density of line. E is strong near the charge, so the density of the line is more near the charge. No two electric field lines intersect each other. This is my electric field line. Say this is line 1 and this is another line, say line 2. Both the lines intersect at this point, say this is my point P. You know that if you draw one tangential line to the electric field line, it gives electric field vector. So for this line, I am going to draw one electric field vector. This is E. For this line 1, say E1. Here again for this line I am going to draw one electric field vector like this. This is E2 for this line. Here suppose if you place one charge means, will it move both the direction at the same time? For example, say here the person is standing at point O. This is north direction and this is south direction. Can the person move both the direction at the same time?
It is not possible, right?
Same way, if you place one charge at P, it cannot move in both the direction at the same time. So, this is not possible. That is why we said no two electric field lines intersect each other. The number of electric field lines emanate means starts from. So, the number of electric field lines emanate from the positive charge like this or end at negative charge like this is proportional to the magnitude of charge. See, here I have plus Q charge, here I have minus 2Q charge. For plus Q is 8 lines. The electric field lines for minus 2Q is 16 lines. So, what is our conclusion? Twice that of the magnitude of the charge like this. Twice that of the magnitude of the charge. This is the fifth point. So far we have discussed about who invented electric field lines, why do we need electric field lines, then we studied the definition of electric field lines, then we discussed about how to draw electric field lines, finally we discussed about the properties of electric field lines. In this properties we discussed 5 important points. I hope this video is useful to you. If you like my video, please share and subscribe my video. Thank you.